Hello everyone, welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. Today we're in the Scourge set and we're talking about Karona False God. Not the drink or the virus, thank goodness, but the False God, which is a legendary avatar, and it is a 5/5. It has a gigantic casting cost of 1 colorless and Wooburg, or white, blue, black, red, and green. This creature has haste, which is really cool. You can attack with it right when you cast it. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps Karona, False God, and gains control of it. So, unfortunately, this is a commander you are going to be sharing with the rest of the table. Whenever Karona attacks, creatures of the creature type of your choice get +3/+3 until end of turn. So as part of that last line of text there, it is important to note that the type of your choice refers to the controller of Karona. So every time Karona passes control to someone else, that player can also designate which creature type they want to beef up for combat. So Karona is kind of a group slug commander, but it's not the first time. I mean, this is the first group slug commander that we've seen do this effect so far in Magic's history. But for all of you watching now, of course, the game has been out for a long time, and there are actually a couple mono red commanders that do this same thing and are very popular to play with. This does the exact same thing of passing itself around and attacking your opponents as well as yourself. You gotta be prepared for that, of course. But it's a very popular format, and this lets you have all 5 colors, which is really, really cool. No card rulings for Karona, but a cool silhouetted Karona in the background there. Assault Suit is the card that I picked for Karona, for your Karona deck to have, mostly because Assault Suit is one of the best cards to have in this style deck. It makes it so your opponents can't sacrifice Karona while it's under their control, and it makes it so it can't attack you even if it's under someone else's control. So even though they'll get the typal boost during combat, they won't ever be able to hurt you with commander damage. The deck that I am building for Karona is a typal deck. It's going to focus on mostly Changelings, and the fact that Changelings can have all sorts of abilities from lords affecting it. Karona would be a lord, and I can choose whatever creature type I want. But I'm also going to have cards like Ezio, which cares about assassins and stuff like that. So this is a typal deck which focuses on shapeshifters with the Changeling rule. A popular deck idea on EDH Rec is, of course, Goad, where we want our opponents to fight each other as much as possible. And goading Karona does help with that. It's not perfect because Goad will affect you at the very end when it's a one-on-one standoff. Hopefully, though, you've goaded your opponents enough to whittle each other down, so it doesn't matter even if Karona is goaded against you, because when you have Karona on your turn, you should be able to finish off that last opponent before they get a chance to attack you. And lastly, Karona has the great gift of being a lord of any creature type you choose, and that includes the most powerful, the most respectable, and mild of all creature types. That is sheep tribal, my friends. We are going to make, not even sheep, sorry, goat tribal. We are going to make goat tribal a thing in this deck. And a lot of goat synergies are going to be in white, some of them are going to be in red, and some of them are going to be in green. But there's some fun stuff we can do with black and blue with goats in it. And man, I have actually lost to an army of goats before. Not with Karona at the helm, but I have lost to an army of goats. And it is the most hilarious and embarrassing thing that I've ever had to witness and be involved in my life. It is so great, and it is one of the best memories we've made at the table throughout the years, is dying to an army of 0/1 goats that get boosted somehow by some crazy effect. And Karona would be a great commander to facilitate and push this tribe even further. And that's going to do it for Karona, False God. Very cool card. Almost like a vanilla creature. You can kind of almost go anywhere you want with it because it fits any type that you want in the entire spectrum of the game, which is really, really fun. Also, bear in mind it is weak in regards to the fact that it's expensive and to the fact that your opponents also benefit from this. But I think from its sheer overall power and the fact that it can make some crazy game interactions with your group as it's being passed around the table has made it so popular to build around for a multitude of tribes. I mean, really, name a type that Wizards has printed and you probably could build a deck with Karona at the helm. That includes whales, and there's not even enough whales in Magic's entirety that you could build a full deck around it, you know what I mean? Like, you could do any type you want. So, very popular, which is why it has S tier rank. And yeah, that's going to do it for Karona. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you're having a happy holiday season if that's something you celebrate, especially with New Year's coming up. I don't know exactly when this video is going to be out, but New Year's for sure is going to be coming around the corner if it hasn't happened already. So happy New Year's to everyone. Thank you for all your support again. Let me know if there's anything in the comments that I've missed or that I didn't talk about, any cool synergies or cards. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!